I don't even know where to start, but I really just need to get this out of my head. Because the longer I think about it, the more I feel like I'm losing my grip on reality. I've been up since like 300 a.m., just replaying the whole thing, and I keep going back and forth between wanting to scream and wanting to just disappear for a bit. Claire have been married to Harold for 3 years. We met in this super random way, actually, not through work or mutual friends or anything. Literally, we both got stuck in an elevator at an escape room, which sounds like a dumb rom-com thing, but it was just awkward silence, bad jokes, and me desperately needing to pee for like 40 minutes. So IDK. I guess that set the tone for us awkward, weird too much time in close quarters. Not a lot of actual romance. Anyway, I don't have a ton of close friends, but I have a few people I trust. My family is around. We're not super close, but we text and stuff, see each other on holidays. You get it. Harold has a big family. Like when I say big, I mean I can't remember half these people's names. And every time there's a family thing, it's like a crowd. There's this running thing where every event people make jokes. It's in quotes for a reason, about me being the outsider, or the serious one, or my personal faith, the one with opinions. It started off like, okay, whatever family ribbing, not my vibe, but I can handle it. But lately, it's been, I don't know, sharper, more pointed. I can't tell if it's me being oversensitive, or if they really are getting meaner. But it's not fun anymore, if it ever was. So anyway, the main event, Rachel Harold's cousin is having her first baby. So there's a baby shower at his mom's house. I don't know if you've ever been to one of these, but it's not like cutesy games and pink cupcakes. It's more just everyone standing around in the kitchen, eating too much cheese, and pretending to care about diaper brands. I got there with Harold, and immediately I can feel that weird heavy vibe, like people are too loud, but also watching me. IDK, how to explain it? It's like you're the only one not in on a joke. I try to just chill, scroll through TikTok on my phone, make small talk with Rachel, who's actually really nice and not part of the problem at all. But then, of course, Julia Harold's sister, who's like a main character in her own mind, swoops in already holding a seltzer and starts up with her usual, asking if I finally learned how to make their grandma's pasta salad, telling me my shoes are brave. They're Doc Martens, like, okay, just the usual. I just fake laugh and try to stay in the corner near the window because it's so hot with all these bodies in one house. Then someone, I think one of Harold's aunts, IDK, one of the loud ones, asks in that too bright voice, "So when are you two going to have a baby?" And I swear to God, the whole room goes quiet. I hate these questions. Harold knows this. He knows I don't want to talk about it in front of a crowd. He knows it's a sore spot. He knows I'm not even sure if I want kids, and we've talked about maybe someday, but not now. Not like this. Not when we're still figuring stuff out. He always says he's on the same page, but then he'll make weird comments about being too young to be a dad. He's 33, not exactly a child. IDK. So I just shrug and say something like, "Oh, we're not in a rush." But Harold, I don't know. Maybe it was the attention. Maybe he'd had a drink. Maybe he just felt like being cruel. He laughs, and it's not a normal laugh. It's this loud, sharp, almost barking sound and says, "With her, I'd rather stay childless than raise kids with that kind of negativity." People actually laugh, not just like polite chuckles, but real laughter, like he's said something genuinely hysterical. Julia, who's always got to get her bit in, goes, "She'd probably give birth to complaints and breastfeed them drama." There's a pause, and then more laughter. I'm just standing there, totally exposed, like, what am I supposed to do? I look at Harold, and he's grinning, not at me, but at the room, clearly loving being the center of attention. I say, "You're not funny." I don't even raise my voice. Just say it straight. He gives me this smirk and goes, "Relax, you're always so sensitive. No wonder I don't want kids with you." And I swear I've never wanted to slap someone so badly in my life. I didn't, though. Just clenched my fist and stared him down. Julia's still cracking up. Someone else muttered something about women these days, and I don't even remember what I was thinking. I just needed out. I walked toward the hallway, planning to just get some air, maybe call my sister. But Harold grabs my arm hard. Not like abusive, just too firm, like he's trying to stop me from making a scene. He goes, "Where are you going? Don't ruin this for everyone." I pull away, and I don't even care who hears. I go, "Touch me again, and I will." He lets go, but his hand lingers a second too long. As I'm leaving, I hear his mom, super quiet, say to him, "Control your wife." It's not even meant for me, like I'm not a person who can hear things, just a problem to be managed. I turn back and make eye contact, but I don't say anything. I just keep walking. I pass Julia in the hallway, and she tries to block me for a second, like, "Oh, come on, Claire, it was just a joke." I don't even answer, just push past her, knock over a little tray of party favors on the way out. She acts like I pulled a gun, gasps, but I just keep going. When I get to the front door, one of Harold's aunts. Not even sure which one, honestly, everyone looks the same when you're this mad, tries to grab my arm, but I pull away and say, "Don't! Just don't." I open the door and slam it behind me. I can hear Harold's voice raised inside, half apologizing, half blaming me, but I don't care. I get in his car and just sit there for a minute shaking. I text my friend Sophie. She's not my sister, just a friend with the same name. Confusing, I know. Sorry. And she goes, "Do you want to come over?" So I drive to her place and just sit in her kitchen for like 2 hours, eating leftover pizza and talking about literally anything else. I don't even want to look at my phone, but it keeps buzzing, group chat notifications. Harold's name, Julia's name. His mom, I turn it off and shove it in my bag. I don't go home that night. I text my mom, just so she doesn't worry, and she says she'll call me in the morning. She's not surprised, which should probably tell you something about how these things have been going the whole time. I keep thinking, what the hell did I just witness? I know Harold can be a jerk, but this was like next level. I get that he likes to be funny, or thinks he is, but this wasn't teasing, this was mean, and it wasn't just him. Everyone else joined in, or let it happen, or watched like it was a show. I don't know if I'm supposed to just laugh this off. I don't think I can. I keep replaying the way he grabbed my arm, the way his mom said, "Control your wife," the way Julia tried to physically block me from leaving like I was a dog off leash or something. It all feels IDK deliberate, like they want to see if I'll break. TBH, I think Harold acts this way because he's embarrassed that I don't worship his family the way everyone else does. He gets defensive when I point out stuff that's weird or mean, and he's told me before that I make things awkward because I won't just play along. I think he likes being the funny guy, the golden child, especially in front of his mom. And I think Julia just hates that I don't laugh at her jokes, or that I don't fit into the little box she has for wife of the family. IDK. I'm not trying to psychoanalyze them. I don't know why else someone would act like that, except that they're used to getting away with it. I spent the rest of the night at Maline's, and when I woke up, there were like 30 unread messages in the family group chat Harold tried calling. I didn't answer. His mom texted my mom, apparently, which is how I know she's very disappointed in me for causing a scene. But no one seems to care that he humiliated me in front of everyone. I don't even think they see it as a big deal. I'm supposed to just let it go. I guess because that's what good wives do. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, but I'm not going to just roll over and let them treat me like this. I'm not the one who needs to apologize. I think I'm done pretending this is normal. Next part, if people actually care. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm still mad. I'm not going home, and Harold's going to have to find his own ride back from his mom's house, because I'm not picking him up. I don't even care if he has to Uber. Anyway, thanks for reading. If you made it this far, Engel, I'm not sure what happens next, but I don't think I'm going to just forget about this. So yeah, here I am again. BC, apparently my life is just a series of group chats and awkward family politics now. NGL, I was going to wait to update until I figured out what I actually wanted to do. But honestly, if I don't write this out, I'm going to lose it. So after I left that nightmare baby shower, see Prev post. If you want the details, it was a mess. I crashed at my friend Maline's place. She didn't ask a ton of questions, just handed me some sweats and let me raid her freezer. I didn't even check my phone that night, except to text my mom so she wouldn't worry. I was honestly expecting like a couple missed calls from Harold, maybe a half-assed apology or something. But what I got the next morning was a full-on digital circus. First weird thing, my phone is blowing up before I even open my eyes. Like 30 group chat notifications. Harold's icon, Julia's. His mom, of course, even Rachel. I haven't even brushed my teeth yet, and I'm already getting that feeling like I'm walking into a meeting where everyone's mad at me, but no one will say why. I open the main family group chat. They call it the Fam Jam, which makes me cringe every time and lol. It's basically a roast session. At first, it's just Harold asking if anyone's heard from me. Then his mom jumps in with this passive-aggressive question about whether I'm feeling better and how everyone's very concerned. But it gets worse. Julia posts a meme of a cat with drama queen in big letters. I know, highly comedy. Then it turns into this weird debate. Some people are saying I overreacted. Others are like, it was just a joke, why'd she have to storm out? A couple people, thank you, Rachel, are trying to calm things down, but it's like talking to a wall. Harold's aunt, the one who always brings up her gluten allergy, like it's a personality trait, says something about how some people just can't handle family traditions. And that's when I start to actually feel sick. Like, how is public humiliation a tradition? Am I missing something? Is this just a thing people do? I scroll back through the messages and see that Harold's mom texted my mom separately. My mom forwards it to me because of course she does. The message is all, maybe you can talk some sense into Claire. She's upsetting everyone and it's not good for the family. My mom's reply is basically just, I'll check in with her. So no help there. Then, because the universe is hilarious, my own family group chat lights up. My mom is trying to play peacekeeper, saying, maybe I should come home for dinner and talk things through. My dad sends a thumbs up emoji and nothing else, which is just classic him. My sister. Yes, I have a sister named Malene, different than my friend Malene. I know it's confusing. Sorry. Goes rogue and starts sending me TikToks about toxic in-laws, and then just says, you should go full scorched earth. And I almost laugh. Which is the closest I've come to smiling since the baby shower. I tell my mom I'm not ready to talk to Harold. She says she understands, but I can tell she thinks I should just let it go, or at least smooth things over. She's always been like that, avoid conflict, don't make waves, etc. But my sister is like, you better not cave on this. I'm honestly glad she has my back, even if she's a little too into revenge plots sometimes. The next weird thing, Harold tries calling. I let it go to voicemail, then he texts saying, I'm making things worse, and I should just apologize so everyone can move on. I literally laugh out loud at that. Like, am I the one who made things worse? Am I the one who made a joke out of my partner in front of a room full of people? Absolutely wild. I start typing out a reply, but delete it 3 times. I can't figure out how to say what I want to say without sounding like I'm just as petty as them. Honestly, I don't even know what I want from him at this point. An apology for him to get it just once. I'm not holding my breath. Then Julia starts up again. In the group chat, posting another meme. This time it's a stock photo of a woman rolling her eyes with, here comes the drama, in Comic Sans. I want to throw my phone instead. I just mute the chat and go for a walk around Malene's neighborhood. It's freezing out, but it helps. I call my friend and rant for a solid 10 minutes. She just listens, says, do you want to stay another night? I say yes. When I get back, there's another wave of messages and now. Harold is trying to DM me separately, saying he didn't mean it, but also that I know how his family is and I shouldn't take things so personally. He says if I just come home, we can talk it out. I text back, you embarrass me on purpose. He leaves me on red. Then out of nowhere, Julia screenshots our DM and posts it in the fam jam. She adds, wow, someone's off their meds. I see it because Rachel immediately texts me a screenshot of that and says, I'm so sorry, this is so out of line. I actually see red for a second. I'm not even on meds, but even if I was, what the hell? I text Julia. Delete that now, or I will make sure everyone knows exactly what you said about your mom at Christmas. She deletes it. I don't say anything else. I just want her to know I'm not playing nice anymore. After that, Harold's mom tries to call me. I let it ring. Then she leaves a voicemail saying, Claire, you need to stop causing drama. This isn't how we handle things in this family. I don't even listen to the rest. I decide, screw it, I'm not hiding. I post in the family group chat. I'm not your clown. I'm not here for your entertainment, and I'm not putting up with the jokes anymore. If any of you want to talk to me like adults, I'm here. If not, leave me alone. I type it out, reread it, then hit send before I can overthink. Immediate reaction, the chat goes silent for like 5 minutes. Then Harold's aunt chimes in with, see, this is what I mean about outsiders not understanding. I leave it. I'm not going to argue with someone who thinks cruelty is just tradition. Later that night, Harold actually shows up at Malene's apartment. I don't even know how he found the address, but I guess he checked my location on Find My iPhone, which, okay, I should have turned off. Malene opens the door and just stands there, arms crossed. Harold tries to act all wounded like, "Can we please just talk?" I say, "Not here." He says, "You can't keep avoiding me forever." I go, "Watch me." He tries to step inside. Malene blocks him. He says, "You're making this worse, Claire." I say, "You already did that." He says, "You're my wife, you have to talk to me." I say, "Not tonight." He starts getting louder, so Malene tells him to leave, or she's calling the building manager. He leaves, slamming the door. I thank her, she says. "You're not staying married to that guy, right?" I say, "IDK." My mom calls again, says she's worried, she thinks I should come home and get some space. My dad gets on the phone for like 2 seconds, just says, "If he shows up here, I'll handle it." And I actually feel better after that. The next day, Harold's mom tries to get my mom involved again, like I'm some teenager who needs to be disciplined. My mom says, "Claire's an adult, she'll decide what she wants to do." I'm shocked. Didn't know she had it in her. But still, no one from Harold's side actually apologizes for anything. They just want me to stop making a scene. That night, I call my sister and just vent for a while. She says, "You know they're never going to change, right? You have to decide if you want to live with this forever." I say I don't. She says, "Then don't." It's not that easy, but I know she's right. By now, I've packed a bag and moved back in with my parents for a bit. Harold keeps texting, says he misses me, but also that I owe his family an apology. I don't reply. He tries calling again. He emails me to say he just wants things back to normal. I delete it. I keep thinking about why Harold acts like this. Like, is it just his family? Is it me? I don't think he actually hates me. I think he's just scared of not fitting in with his family. Scared of being seen as whipped or whatever. He's told me before that his mom always rides him if he doesn't keep things under control. So I guess he gets points for handling me. It's all just so childish. I start seeing little things differently now, like the way his family always closes ranks when someone calls them out, or how Harold always wants to be the funny guy, no matter who he throws under the bus. I think I always hoped he'd grow out of it. Now I'm not so sure. I'm not sure what my next move is. But I know I'm not going back to the way things were. I'm not going to be the family punching bag. I'm not apologizing for standing up for myself. And if Harold wants to pick his family over me, then fine, he can have them. I have my own people, even if they're a little messy and sometimes too honest. So yeah, that's where things are right now. I'm at my parents' house. My mom's making too much food. My sister's sending me memes about girl boss revenge, and Harold's blowing up my phone from random numbers. I don't know how this ends, but I'm not just rolling over. Next update when I figure out my move. So it's been a few days since I basically dropped off the face of the earth. As far as Harold's family is concerned, I've been at my parents' house. My mom keeps making soup and acting like I'm 12. My dad mostly keeps out of it, except for one time he grunted something like, "You don't deserve that," which for him is like a whole speech. My sister has been living for the drama angle, but also texting me every day to make sure I'm not backing down. At one point, I started to doubt myself, like maybe I was being dramatic. But then I read back through the group chat memes and the DMs, and just, yeah, no. Anyway, yesterday afternoon, Harold's mom texts me. She's inviting me to a family dinner at some place. They all love the one with the chairs that wobble and the breadsticks everyone fights over. She says it's to clear the air and move past this unfortunate drama. I almost laugh because it's so on brand, invite me somewhere public, so I can't cause a scene. I show my mom the text and she says, maybe it's a chance to get some closure. My dad just goes, do what you want, but don't let them talk you into anything. For like 2 hours I debate going. Part of me wants to never see these people again. But then I remember the way Harold tried to handle me at the baby shower and his mom telling him to control your wife. And honestly, I get mad all over again, so I text my sister, want to come to a weird family dinner as my emotional support human. She replies with just the skull emoji and hell yes. So that's settled. We drive over together, Malene's blasting music. I'm just scrolling through my notes app, rereading all the stuff I want to say if I get the chance. I almost chicken out and delete it, but Malene grabs my phone and says, don't let them gaslight you into thinking you're the problem. She's right. We get to the restaurant, and the hostess gives us that look like, "Oh, you're with that group." The whole family is there. Harold, his mom and dad, Julia, of course, two aunts and uncle, even Rachel, who just looks tired. Everyone's pretending to be chill, but it's as fake as their smiles. Harold stands up like he's going to hug me, but I just nod and take a seat at the end of the table. Malene sits next to me, arms crossed, staring everyone down. The energy is so weird, like they're all waiting for me to apologize. They start with small talk, but it's stiff. Harold's dad is talking about his car. Someone brings up the weather. I just run my finger along the menu and nod every so often. No one brings up the baby shower, but I can feel it, like everyone's just waiting for the main event. Julia, who for some reason decided to wear sunglasses indoors, keeps whispering to her aunt and looking at me. Finally, after the server drops off drinks, Harold's mom clears her throat and goes, "So, I think we all know why we're here. I'd like to move forward, but we can't do that if people keep holding grudges." She looks right at me, then at Harold, then back at me. She says, "It would be helpful if everyone could apologize for their part in this, so we can all put it behind us." I almost spit out my water. Harold jumps in, says, "We all said some things, but I think you overreacted, Claire. I just want things to go back to normal." Julia snorts and mutters, "Some people don't even know what normal is." I look at Malene, and she just raises an eyebrow, waiting for me to do something. For a second, I almost just let it go. I almost say nothing because that's what I've always done, but this time I'm too pissed. So I pull out my phone and open my notes. I say, "Actually, I have a list." Harold's mom looks confused. Julia rolls her eyes. I start reading. I say, "Starting from the first time I met you guys. Here's a few things you've all said to me, just so we're clear about what's just a joke and what's actually mean." I read off the pasta salad comment from Julia, the time Harold's mom said I'd never fit in until I wore a dress like hers, the group chat memes, the drama queen stuff, even Harold's comment about not wanting kids with negativity. I don't yell. I just read. The table gets quiet, like really quiet. Except for one aunt who keeps sipping her wine. Harold interrupts, says, "Okay, but you know we're just joking, right? We don't mean it." I say, "You laughed at me, not with me. You made me the punchline for your own entertainment, and you didn't care if it hurt me." Julia goes, "Oh my God, are we really doing this?" I say, "Yeah, we are." Then I look right at Harold and say, "You want to talk about normal? How about the fact that you told me last month you didn't want kids because you couldn't risk me turning them against you? How about how you said you're not ready to be tied down, but you are ready to use me as a prop for your family jokes?" I say, "I'm done being your shield. If you want to keep playing the golden child, you can do it without me." Harold's face goes red. He tries to cut me off, says, "Why are you saying this here?" I say, "Because every time I try to talk to you in private, you act like it's not a big deal, so now you can deal with it in front of everyone, just like you humiliated me in front of everyone else." Julia starts to stand up, says, "You don't get to come in here and act like you're the victim, Claire." I say, "Then stop acting like I'm the villain just because I won't laugh at your jokes." She starts to move it around the table toward me, but Malene stands up too, blocking her. Julia mutters something about crazy. Malene just tells her to sit down. Harold's mom says, "This is enough. You're tearing this family apart." I say, "No. You are by refusing to see what's right in front of you. You want respect, but you don't give any. If you want me to apologize for leaving after being insulted, it's not happening. I'm not sorry for refusing to be treated like garbage." I reach into my bag and pull out an envelope. I slide it across the table to Harold. He looks at it, confused. I say, "Those are divorce papers. I just need you to sign." The silence is unreal. Julia actually gasps. Harold's mom says, "You can't be serious." I say, "I'm done and I'm not changing my mind." Harold tries to grab my arm as I stand up, but I shake him off. I say, "Don't touch me." He stands up, starts to raise his voice, says, "You're throwing everything away over some jokes." I say, "No, I'm throwing it away because you don't respect me, and neither does your family." Julia slams her hand on the table, says, "You're just jealous because you're not one of us." I laugh. Say, "Thank God for that." Malene puts her hand on my shoulder. We turn to leave. Harold follows us into the lobby. Keep saying, "Let's just talk. We can fix this. You don't have to do this. I stop, turn around and say, you had every chance to fix it. You chose to embarrass me instead. Now it's your turn. As we walk out, Harold shouts after me, you'll regret this, Claire. I don't even turn around. Malene opens the door for me, and we walk out together. I don't know what's going to happen next, but I know I'm not backing down. I gave them every chance to treat me like a person, and they failed every single time. Now it's my turn to walk away. Next update soon, I'm tired, okay? So I really thought after that dinner, everything would just be, I don't know, done. But lol. I guess nothing is ever just done when it comes to Harold's family. I've been sitting on this update for a few days. BC. Every time I think the dust has settled, someone finds a new way to be weird or petty. So here's the final mess as promised. This is long, and probably not the clean ending some people want, but that's just life. After the restaurant showdown, I honestly thought Harold would just get the hint. He didn't. The man is nothing if not persistent in that extremely annoying way where you realize this is why he's always been the golden child. He just refuses to accept when he's not winning. The next morning, I wake up at my parents' house to like a dozen missed calls. Harold, his mom, Julia, of course, and 3 random numbers I don't even recognize. My dad is already up making coffee and just grunts when I come in. I scroll the messages, literally all some version of, please talk to me, or you didn't have to do that, or let's be reasonable. I mute my phone. My mom asks if I'm okay. I say, yeah, just tired. She makes waffles. My plan that day is just to do nothing. But Harold's mom has other ideas. She texts my mom, basically saying, I'm destroying the family. Her words, and that Harold is so lost without me. Yeah, okay. She actually asks if my mom can talk some sense into me. My mom, to her credit, just says, Claire's an adult. She'll figure it out. I can tell she's over the drama at this point. The next day, I start the process of moving my stuff out. I text Harold, tell him I'll be by with my dad to get my things. He says he'll be out. I say, good. When we get there, nothing's moved. My plants are dry. My mail's piled up on the counter, and there's a half-eaten pizza on the table. Classic. I pack up my stuff. My dad hauls boxes. Neither of us talks much. When we're done, I leave the spare key on the counter and slam the door when we leave. Later, Harold texts. He says, you could have at least said goodbye. I don't reply. I keep expecting Harold to try something big and dramatic, but honestly, he just sort of peters out. A couple days go by nothing. Then I get a message from his mom. It's 3 pages of her telling me I never understood family and that marriage is about forgiveness. She says I'm tearing Harold apart. I take a pic, send it to my sister. She replies, frame it as a warning. Meanwhile, my own family is over it. My dad says I can stay as long as I want. My mom is just happy I'm eating her food. My sister keeps sending me links to apartments. The only real awkwardness is with a couple mutual friends. One of Harold's buddies texts me like, are you serious about this? I say, yeah. He says, wow, didn't think you'd actually go through with it. I don't even know what to say to that, so I just leave him on read. Another friend asks if I want to talk about it, but I just say, I'm good. Thanks. People always act like they want the tea, but really, they just want to know which side to pick. The apartment search is not fun. TBH. I forgot how annoying it is to move. Every place is either too small, too expensive, or just smells weird. I find one I like, but it's got a 2-week wait, so I'm still at my parents'. My mom keeps asking if I want to invite anyone over for dinner, like she's trying to make up for the last decade of not having family meals. My dad fixes a leaky faucet in the kitchen and jokes that at least I'm not married to the plumbing. About 4 days after the dinner, I get a text from Rachel. Julia is telling people I attacked her at the restaurant. I laugh. I text back. She wishes Rachel says I told her to grow up and to say, thanks, you're the only normal one. Then finally, a week to the day after the shower, Harold texts me from a random number. I'm picking up groceries for my mom, scrolling through my phone in the parking lot. And there it is. Please talk to me. I was just joking. I don't even get mad. I just screenshot it, send it to my sister and Malene. Malene replies, he's really still on that. My sister says, send him a clown emoji. I think about ignoring it, but honestly, I want to make it clear, so I reply, so was I. I was just pretending to be your wife. I don't get a reply. I block the number. Harold never shows up at my parents' house, which is honestly a relief. I hear from a mutual friend that he's crashing at his mom's for now, and apparently, she's not exactly thrilled about it. I guess the golden child treatment has limits. I don't really care what happens with him. I just want to get my new place, get my plans back in order, and go back to being boring. The only drama left is the paperwork. I file the papers myself, pay the stupid fee, and get the confirmation email. I tell my mom. She hugs me longer than usual. My sister makes a cake that says, "Congratulations on your divorce," in pink icing. I laugh so hard I almost drop it. Harold will probably always think he's the victim. His mom will probably keep telling people I was difficult, and Julia will keep posting memes until the day she dies. But honestly, I don't care. I stood up for myself. I got out. Thanks to everyone who actually read these long rants and didn't tell me to just be the bigger person. Sometimes you just got to be done. Anyway, I'm off to water my sad plants, eat divorce cake, and maybe scroll apartments until I find one that doesn't have weird carpet or neighbors who play the recorder at midnight.